5 cities, 2 states, joined together by the Mississippi River. This is the Quad Cities. When people think of the Quad Cities, they usually think of it as being an industrial region ever since the Industrial Revolution, when John Deere started his plow company in Moline, and the first railroad was made crossing the Mississippi River from Rock Island to Davenport. The beauty that is the Quad Cities, however, seems to be overlooked and underrated. From greenhouses and botanical centers to Credit Island and Sylvan Island, the Quad Cities is full of unique ecosystems, including many indigenous species both on land and in water.
Sylvan Island was created 147 years ago in 1872 as an industrial site for Sylvan Steel Company and Moline Stone Company. The island was abandoned in 1958 after both companies had closed. People were still traveling back and forth from the island up until 2013, when the bridge was closed because it became too dangerous to even walk on. The bridge was fixed in 2017 and is now a thriving wetland for various birds, fish, and mussels located there. There are currently 15 species of mussels that exist in the area, but in small numbers.
Alright, so my name is Kinsey Nielsen. I am the Natural Resource Manager here at Nahant Marsh. I've spent about 3 years here being a naturalist and doing environmental education, so now I'm in charge of managing our preserve. So one thing that I'm really passionate about is mussels. So in our marsh, we don't have tons of mussels because they don't like that much silt, and our marsh is very, very salty. But something that I have been really interested in is the I-74 Bridge project. So that project took place because there are 3 federally endangered mussels that live in that pool of the Mississippi River. So before the bridge project could begin, they had to relocate these mussels because an endangered species cannot be destroyed or harmed with at all best due interest. So these mussels had to be collected by scuba divers. They spent months scuba diving down to the bottom of the river, and they had to collect or feel around in the dark until they could collect the mussels and bring them back up. So they individually counted, they sorted them by species, and then they moved them to different areas of the river where they thought that they would be an ideal place for them to live. So before any construction could begin, they removed 140,000 mussels and relocated them to various areas of the river. So these mussels, they have to monitor them for the next 15 years. So they did the first 2 years, and then they do it every 5 years after that.
Plans for the new I-74 bridge began more than 10 years ago, carefully considering requirements needed and the effects this would cause on the environment. A new bridge is needed to increase the number of lanes due to population increase, improve safety conditions, and improve opportunities for pedestrians to cross.
These tiny creatures are an important necessity for our river and its ecosystem to survive and prosper. It may not be as glamorous as trying to save the polar bears, but relocating and saving our indigenous species of mussels not only impacts our region, but lessens the detrimental impact of polluted waterways in the nation.